Cardistry-Con
Backdrop, more
2022
like backshots.
inaugural inaugural trivia night. I am your host, DK Cardist. You might know my twin brother, DK Magician. He does not say the C word on camera. DK Cardist does. It's kind of interesting having me host this. It doesn't really make sense if you think about it, mainly because I am terrible at cardistry. But I do have a great admiration for all of the cardists out there because I think it is such a cool art form. Cardistry is kind of like Harry Styles and just like One Direction because, yeah, one of them has been around for a lot longer, but I think we can all agree that Harry Styles' solo career is a lot better. So, anyway, let's get into the actual quiz. I think Kevin is going to be sharing it on his screen so you can either look at the stream. You are going to stream it, right, Kevin?
No, I'm not going to stream it. It's on everyone's phones and computers.
Oh, well, yeah. See, the thing is I can't see the questions, so I can't remember what they are because I'm using my phone as a webcam. This is something that I should have thought through. But you know what? It's the first night,
Bet,
first
bet.
trivia night, and
Okay.
Kevin's
Yeah.
helped me out here. I'm trying to reach my computer
Okay.
so
I
that I
hope it
can
doesn't
thank you.
reveal the answers, but yeah. Can you see this, David?
Maybe we consider this. Maybe you should start the quiz. I know what the first question is, so start the quiz and see if it reveals the answers,
Okay.
and then well, without streaming it, perhaps. And then, does it reveal the answer? No, it doesn't. All right, cool. So, question number one, everybody: which famous video game company was originally a playing card company? Is it A. Sony, B. Blizzard, C. Electronic Arts, or D. Nintendo?
Here's the
Go
problem
ahead.
with this is
Yeah.
that
They're
because
showing the
people can see the
percentages.
majority of
Yeah.
votes, they will tend to go with the majority on mine.
Oh,
So
can they
like,
see it? Can they see it on a? Well, open it in a separate window and join as a participant, Kevin.
oh,
And then
word.
if you can join now that it's started.
Okay.
But these
Yeah.
video games did start as a playing card company.
Pablo, can you stream yours? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you,
Okay.
Pablo.
Bet. Yeah.
All right. We're working this out. We're working this out.
Trial
I will
run.
not
Trial run.
apologize for the technical difficulties or the close-up
This
that
is
you're getting of my beautiful face right now. Thank you, Pablo. But
this
yeah,
is
but
a
see,
Fontaine trial run.
anybody else going to join? Nobody else join. You're not allowed to join. This is a private stream, which you can also access on Kevin's OnlyFans. Is the voting closed already? The voting is closed. And it looks like a majority of people have gone with the correct answer, which was Nintendo. There it is. There it showed up. It makes sense that a video game company would start out as a playing card company. If there's one thing that people who love video games and people who love playing cards have in common, it's that you're all virgins. Anyway, next question. I'm lumping myself into that. What deck did Apple buy for all of their employees? Was it A, Red Fontaines, B, Split Spades, C, Bicycle Rider Backs, or D, Illusionist Black Tigers? Apple's actually coming out with its own deck of cards in the near future. It's a borderless deck, but it has this weird notch at the top. Don't know what that's about. There are plenty of other companies that make borderless decks that don't have the notch, but for some reason, Apple just thought, going to do it anyway.
Yo, I love
It
the
also
birds, but
come
that still
with
hurts.
It also doesn't come with a tuck case. They say it's for like environmental reasons, but that's a load of BS. And they're going to come out with a new one next year too. And when that happens, all the old decks just clump up like instantly. So the poll is closed. Looks like we had a bit of a split in the vote this time, but only a small minority, excuse me, got the correct answer, which was D, Illusionist Black Tigers, which is the last time Illusion. Anyway, next question. I mean, their staff is all white. Have you guys seen? They had me do one video and they made me look like an Oompa Loompa. They never color corrected anybody that wasn't white before. Brad Christian's gonna shoot me with his gun through the window now, so it's gonna be a lot more interesting than Will Smith getting slapped in the face, or Chris Rock getting slapped in the face. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. I'm really gonna get canceled after this. That's what's gonna happen. What is Jaspus's real first name? Is it A, Justin, B, Jeremy, C, Jasper, or D, Jade? Does that say Jaden? Yeah, Jaden. I can read. I'm educated. I don't actually have a joke about Jaspis. So you guys need to answer this one fast so that we can move on. Just don't have one. I don't have jokes about Jaspis. I don't own any of his decks. He School of Cardistry. There's something there. There's something. There's a joke there somewhere. I'm not gonna figure it out.
The new order.
Yeah.
You made that joke the other day and you forgot
I
it.
love it. No, I didn't. I didn't make that joke. No one. Don't worry about it. And again, we have kind of a split here, but this time it looks like the majority is going to win out because the correct answer is Justin. Full name, Justin Jaspis. I don't know what his last name is.
Justin Jaspis Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. He was number one. But let's move on to question number 4, which is, in which year was the trilogy released? We're talking about Dan and Dave's trilogy, not the Spider-Man trilogy or the Star Wars trilogy.
Lord of
the Rings trilogy. There's a lot of trilogies. Was it A, 2000, B, 2003, C, 2004, or D, 2007? We're not talking about Andrew Garfield's trilogy either because it doesn't have one. But, I digress. I think he should have. I really like Andrew Garfield.
Have you seen Andrew Garfield's take?
Woman.
Have you seen Andrew Garfield's variation of that Zach Miller move?
Which move is that?
Tick Tick Bloom.
We need a soundboard so that we can boo your puns. Again, it seems like these questions are pretty divisive, but the correct answer is actually 2007. It's the same year that Spider-Man 3 came out. And I think we can all agree that the trilogy had better camera work than Spider-Man 3 and a better plot, even though it wasn't a movie. But anyway, let's move on to the next question, question number 5. And that is, who is the founder of the Buck Twins? Now, this is in quotes. This person is credited, with introducing Dan and Dave Buck to cardistry. Is it A, Brian Tudor? Rest in peace. He's not dead, but, B, Ricky Smith. Not to be confused with Ricky Smith Jr. C, Chris Kenner, or D, Justin Buck? Which of these 4 people introduced the Buck Twins to cardistry? Kind of interesting to think about somebody introducing the Buck Twins to cardistry, as I'm sure that they were the introduction to cardistry for a lot of people, myself included, even though I don't do cardistry. So let's see. Looks like most people think it was Chris Kenner, which is a fair guess. Quite a well-known man. But 11% of people got this one correct because the correct answer is Ricky Smith. If you are a magician, you might know Ricky Smith from the Cherry Control. And if you're a cardist, you don't know Ricky Smith. Anyway, let's move on to question number 6. Question number 6 is, who created L-Cuts? Is it A, Tobias Levin?
Ricky Smith.
B, Andrew Avila? C,
Avila.
Is it Avila?
Yeah, Avila.
I thought it was Avila. All right. Well, I literally watched a video that he made so I could see how he pronounces his own name, but I guess I got that wrong. See, Jerry says, I can't even say this man's name. Cheskowski. Thank you.
Yeah.
Or D, Dan and Dave Buck. Jerry Cheskowski.
Yeah, like chess, a cow, and a ski.
Cheskowski. Thank you. Mm-hmm. That actually helps. I probably should have checked that before. Okay. It looks like a majority of people actually do know their cardistry history because the correct answer is C, Jerry Cheskowski. And I did a little bit of research myself because I wasn't familiar with Jerry. He lives in Colorado, I believe, with his wife and 2 cats. And I can only presume that he has 2 cats because even his wife won't have sex with him. So let's move on. If Jerry's here, I'm so sorry, Jerry. I love you. I still can't do L-Cuts. Let's move on to question number 7. Question number 7. What is the oldest cardistry move from this list? Is it A, the Sybil cut, 5 Faces of Sybil? Is it B, the Charlier cut, C, the arm spread, or D, the Revolution cut? It's one of these 4 moves, of which I can do 2. I will let you figure out which ones those are. It's not difficult. Just waiting for the timer to run down.
I can do it early if you want.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's all right. I should be filling the gaps here as the host. And of course, it looks like the majority of people once again are going to be getting this one correct because it is B, the Charlier cut. Fun fact about the Charlier cut, sometimes when people sustain a hand injury, they tell them to learn cardistry, and the first move that they should learn in order to exercise their hand is a Charlier cut. Not all of it's jokes. Some of it's just information. Let's move on to the next question, which is question number 8. Who created the Cobra cut? Is it A, Cap Casino, B, Dante King, C, Divo von Schattenreich? Had to really throw on the accent for that one. I'm half German. Thank you very much. And D, Marius Sr. I hope that you like the way I hit Schattenreich.
Schattenreich.
Schattenreich. Jericho120 did, in fact,
You
call
should
him
have done
by his proper name,
Jericho20, the
Disturb
Russian
Reality.
genius, Iron Man 7.
Yeah. I am half German, so I do know how to pronounce Schattenreich. I'm half German and half Asian, which means that my SAT scores were good, but not good enough to get a scholarship in college. And so it looks like, again, the majority is winning out. You guys really do know your stuff. The answer is C, Dio von Schattenreich. My grandfather was a World War II vet, and he also shot on the Reich, but different Reich. Anyway, let's move on to question number 9. Question number 9 here, eventually. Who designed the original Smoke and Mirrors decks? Is it A, Cy Scott, B, Jackson Robinson, C, I can't read that, Brad Samuel Fulton, or D, Dan and Dave Buck, the original Smoke and Mirrors deck? Yes, Smoke and Mirrors, one of the first decks I ever purchased as a magician, the Rogue edition of the Smoke and Mirrors.
Rouge.
And it's still handled, the Rouge?
Yeah, it's French.
Oh, sorry. I'm German, so I don't, I don't know. Yeah. But the Rouge version, excuse me, this whole time, 10 years I've been calling it the wrong name. But
you like that one movie, Moulin Rouge?
Moulin Rouge, yeah. Oh God. And again, the majority seems to be winning out here because the correct answer is A, Cy Scott. Not to be confused with Psy of Gangnam Style fame back in 2013. Some of you kids don't know about that. I bet it was a dark time for us. It was the beginning of the end. The world's introduction to K-pop. Anyway.
Before Cardi B, that was the first WAP.
That was, in fact, the first WAP. WAP on Gangnam Style. Let's move on to question number 10. Question number 10 for you guys is, who was the first cardist to popularize isolations? Is it A, Jaspis, B, Anna de Goose Goose, C, Noel Heath, or D, Zach Fontaine Mueller? I've met Anna de Goose Goose, and
careful.
That's all I have to say about that. This was pre-mouth coils, so, she was actually able to speak. She didn't have to pull anything out of her mouth. Okay, well, I didn't say it. Kevin said it. All right, and this is why I had to make a video on my YouTube channel about people like you, Kevin. Who was the first cardist to popularize isolations? It seems like the majority is once again going to win out here because it was, in fact, A, Jaspis deck. Let's move. Again, I don't have any jokes about Jaspis. Let's move on to question number 11. Where was the first Cardistry-Con held? Was it A, Brooklyn, New York? B, San Diego, California? C, Los Angeles, California? Or D, Berlin, Germany? Of course, Cardistry-Con has been at these locations in the past, but the question is, where was the first one held? The very first Cardistry-Con. I heard that one of the Buck twins introduced the very first Cardistry-Con in a way that was very suitable for a PG-13 movie. They used the one F word right off the bat. At least according to Kevin. That's what
I was
I've
there.
heard.
I was there.
Oof. The first Cardistry-Con was held in the place it's going back to this year, ladies and gentlemen, is San Diego, California. Finally, the majority
Look at how flabbergasted
falling
Reggie
from
is.
grace. Reggie? Where is Reggie? As Reggie said, what?
Reggie doesn't know because there were no videos from San Diego. That's why.
There are no videos from San Diego, and also Reggie wasn't born when the first Cardistry-Con. Reggie's hair was still wet from the womb when the first Cardistry-Con occurred. Anyway, question number 12. Christ almighty. Sorry, Reggie. Question number 12. What was the Fontaine brand mainly inspired by? Was it A, BioShock, B, Odd Future, C, Supreme, D, all of the above? It seems like a majority of people went with Supreme, but fun fact, the answer is actually all of the above.
Oh my God, Reggie's
Little known
raging.
story about Fontaine is that...
Reggie just turned German. He turned into that German kid from YouTube.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Fun fact, Fontaine was also inspired by Zach walking by somebody going, I don't give two f***s. And he was like, I could put two Fs on I could give two Fs. I could give two Fs. There was the one F word for the stream. I did use my one, and I had it planned out.
But apparently we have unlimited Cs.
It's just because James, only when James is here, only when the Australian's in the house. Anyway, let's move on to the final question. Question number 13 of this inaugural Cardistry-Con Trivia Night. How many Arctic duos did Lotus in Hand release to the public? Is it A, 17? Is it B, 691, C, 864, or D, 1,001? How many decks of Arctic duos did Lotus in Hand release to the public? That is the question. And don't worry. We're going to find out who the winner is very soon after this commercial break. Kevin, I didn't tell you, but I sold ad space during this event. Is that okay? I got to do a NordVPN sponsor read.
Absolutely, man.
If
Go
that's
ahead.
fine. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This Cardistry-Con Trivia Night is sponsored by NordVPN. If you've ever wanted to watch Netflix in another country because, shows in America don't have enough in them, you can use NordVPN to get around that. That's right. British shows, Bake Off is great. You should definitely watch it. There's lots of it in that.
Oh, Pablo,
but anyway,
Odyssey wants to say something.
What does Odyssey want to say?
Okay, so I have a straight up question for David, which is,
what's up?
We need an on the spot. We need your comments on Arctic duos.
I'm about to give them. Don't you worry. On the spot right here. Here's my
What's
comments
taking
on
so
Arctic
long?
duos. Well, because I was doing my NordVPN ad and then you wanted to talk, acting like you weren't interrupting me over here. What is it? Odyssey? Do you know how this works? Like, if you talk, I'm gonna respond to you. But let me answer your question right here. The question was, how many Arctic duos did Lotus in Hand release to the public? And the answer is the same number of girls that rejected me in high school. It is 17. Yes, that is a real fact about my life. And I'm sure that many of you can relate because we all play with cards. And we're all doing this on Tuesday night.
I thought that was 800.
Huh? 800? Odyssey, please. I didn't have the courage to talk to
I
800
thought
women.
I thought it was 1001 because I don't know anything and I'm stupid.
Is that Reggie?
yourself,
Reggie, is that
Reggie.
Reggie?
Yes.
Reggie, you're not stupid. You just were born 2 hours ago. Fine. Okay. Pablo, mute him. Let's find out
I'll mute
the
myself.
results
I'll mute
of-
myself.
of the first ever Cardistry-Con and last probably after what I've done here tonight. Cardistry-Con trivia night. The winner is da 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 da. I can't read that. Ethan.
Congrats,
got
Ethan.
12 out of 13
Ethan.
and only used, huh?
Post Cardistry. Yes.
We're in
Wow.
a
Nice
Cardistry-Con
job, Ethan.
Discord. Well, I'm not shocked. 12 out of 13 with only 2 minutes and 42 seconds of the time used. Absolutely impressive. So, Ethan, yeah,
what's
Ethan,
up? How's it going?
congrats,
Yeah.
Ethan.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining and thank you for playing. You have won $50 worth of credit to be used at Cardistry-Con 2022 in San Diego. What do you think you're going to spend it on?
Probably playing cards.
That's probably a good answer because I don't think that Kevin takes Cardistry-Con vouchers for his OnlyFans. That
Yeah,
would've been
I've
my number
asked
2
already,
choice
so
personally.
maybe he
I
said
think you
no.
should
yeah?
modify those guidelines.
I'm sorry. I got the wrong Ethan. I thought it was the Ethan from Repost Cardistry, but it's not.
No.
This is just another Ethan that also likes playing cards.
Yep.
Reggie,
Yeah.
you tend to get answers wrong, it seems.
Yeah, clearly, I don't see your name anywhere near the top of the leaderboard. So
Dude, you
that,
can't, that's
Hey, it's my
like,
first
God.
time, and
You're-
I've only been doing cardistry for 2 years, and I
Well, Reggie-
really thought that the Cardistry-Con was held in Brooklyn. I really thought it
hey,
was.
Reggie, listen, buddy. To give you credit, that's longer than I've been doing cardistry. I'm sure that you're way better than me.
He is.
You know, and so keep it
Wait,
up.
how long have you
And
been
maybe,
doing it?
huh? Not at all. I'm a magician. That's why it's
Ew,
weird that I'm
ew,
hosting
ew!
this.
Get out of here! Why are you leading this?
Pablo, mute him, mute him, mute him.
Reggie, you're.
I'm a
He said,
I'm a magic.
"Ew."
Don't ever
sorry.
attack David.
Guys, listen. I understand that there is a phobia, not really a phobia, more of a hatred of magicians in the cardistry community, and it's well deserved. There's a lot of magicians out there that are jerks to cardists, and I certainly don't think that it's fair. Personally, I'm a huge supporter of the cardistry community. I think that what you guys have is incredible. You have a community of supportive people who are all, passionate about one thing, which is cardistry. And, the magic community has splintered and been shoved into different sectors over the last, 100 years or so. And so it's great that there is still a community out there that is supportive of the people that are in it. That being said, I am going to be selling tickets to the street fight between Aslan and myself. It's going to be kind of a cardist versus magician slap fight. It's going to be hosted by Will Smith, and winner takes all there.